In October 2019, deep in the remote woods of northern Ontario, Canada, a strange and unsettling event took place. Gino Meeks, accompanied by his wife and grandson, was out hunting in the forest. As they were making their way back along the trail next to the Vermilion River, an eerie sound pierced the quiet woods, sending chills down their spines. Initially, Gino thought it might be a bear or a moose, which were common in those parts. However, as the sound drew closer, it became evident that this was no ordinary woodland noise. Gino, an experienced hunter who knew the sounds of nature well, couldn't pinpoint the source of this unsettling sound. Driven by curiosity and a sense of bewilderment, he decided to record the eerie sound on his phone, hoping to capture whatever was responsible for it, even if it remained unseen. While he continued recording, the sound seemed to approach, and an undeniable feeling of unease settled upon the group. Gino's wife, growing increasingly frightened, picked up their grandson and hastily retreated to their car. In the background of the recording, you could hear the young child attempting to mimic the strange and eerie noises, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Despite sharing the recording on social media, the origin of the sound remained a puzzle. Even experts in the Ontario Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry couldn't identify its source. The video quickly went viral, sparking numerous theories from viewers, ranging from Bigfoot to massive bears. In the woods near the Umatilla Indian Reservation in Oregon, some strange and unsettling happenings have been going down. Locals started hearing these bizarre sounds coming from the swamp in the nearby woods, especially late at night. These unsettling noises got folks curious, and one brave soul decided to go outside his home with his phone to investigate. It was around 11 p.m. when this person stood about a couple of 100 feet from his house, recording these eerie sounds on his phone. He described the noises as a weird mix of something doggish and hyena-ish, definitely not your everyday forest sounds. This creepy auditory experience went on for about 15 to 20 minutes. You could hear the unease in the guy's voice of the recording. He openly wondered where these strange vocalizations were coming from, mentioning they seemed to be getting closer. At this point, these unsettling sounds were just 200 to 300 feet away from him, making things even weirder. As the recordings went on, the person's anxiety kicked up a notch, especially when the strange sounds started to resemble laughter, which was an unexpected and eerie twist. He stayed vigilant, realizing that getting any closer might provoke something potentially dangerous, whatever it was that was making these weird noises. Then, out of nowhere, he heard a gunshot. The suddenness of it added even more tension to the already eerie situation. He was on high alert, speculating about what could be behind these inexplicable sounds. The video ended with the man still puzzled, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. Some locals thought it might be the work of regular animals like coyotes, foxes, or cougars. Others, however, entertained the idea of a more mysterious presence like a Sasquatch as the possible source of these strange wails and screeches. In Suffolk County, New York, a man went for a hike in the woods but stumbled upon something odd. As he ventured further, he found a makeshift campsite deep in the woods. It was filled with strange items like missing person posters on trees, blankets on the ground, and empty food containers. There was even a weird stick structure and a shovel nearby. The cameraman got spooked when he heard voices approaching the area, so he left and reported it to the local authorities. They said it was just decorations for an upcoming Halloween party, but the man remained skeptical as it was early October and the missing posters looked like they'd been there for a while. In February 2013, a quiet neighborhood in northern Oregon was unsettled by strange and eerie noises coming from the nearby woods. These unusual sounds were often described as resembling laughter, creating a spooky atmosphere in the area. One resident decided to investigate further. Fueled by curiosity and desire to capture some evidence of these unsettling sounds, they went to the source with their smartphone, ready to document the inexplicable. As they recorded, the eerie laughter continued to echo through the night, creating an unsettling backdrop to their footage. The sounds were distinct and had a lasting impact on those who heard them. The neighborhood buzzed with speculation about what could be causing these unsettling sounds. Some thought it might be foxes or coyotes, animals known for their vocalizations. However, others disagreed, pointing out that coyotes, for instance, tend to make a more canine-like noise, quite different from the eerie laugh that had disturbed the peaceful neighborhood. In January 2022, Amarillo, Texas, found itself wrapped in an intriguing mystery that had folks scratching their heads. It all began when a camera inside the Amarillo Zoo snapped a picture at 1:25 a.m., looking through the perimeter fence. City officials took to Twitter, asking the public to take a stab at identifying this puzzling image, playfully calling it a UAO, the unidentified Amarillo object. This challenge to figure out the strange object sparked a flurry of creative and whimsical guesses from the public. From suggestions like Fantastic Mr. Fox to Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy, people let their imaginations run wild. It seemed like the city's quest for answers had become a canvas for all sorts of fantastic ideas. While some more down-to-earth theories included a raccoon standing on its hind legs, or even a person walking through the park captured in a weird way, most guesses ventured into the realm of the fantastical. Sonic the Hedgehog, the San Antonio Spurs Coyote mascot, and even nods to Bigfoot all joined the imaginative mix. One witty commenter even joked that the movie Dog Soldiers might be missing its werewolf, adding a humorous twist to the ongoing speculation. Another wondered if this mysterious figure might be on the loose. This unsettling encounter took place in the wilderness of Vancouver, Canada, and was captured by a mountain biker who had set up his phone camera to record his ride down a part of the mountain. As he descended, the rider had every intention of capturing the thrilling moment. However, just as he sped down the mountainside and passed by the camera, a sudden and harrowing event took place. Without warning, he slammed on his brakes and began calling out an alarm. His focus shifted from capturing his ride to a more pressing concern. He immediately started walking back up the mountain, his bike in tow, but the intensity of the situation was evident as he repeatedly glanced back behind him. What had prompted this sudden change of course became disturbingly clear. Following in his footsteps was an unexpected and formidable presence, a bear. The mountain biker had inadvertently encountered a bear in the wild, and the situation had taken a turn for the worse. As he continued to backtrack up the mountain, the biker recognized the importance of appearing as large and intimidating as possible to deter the bear. He used his bike to his advantage, brandishing it to make himself seem more imposing. In a bid to assert dominance, he even struck the bike on the ground several times, a gesture meant to dissuade the bear from advancing any further. Despite the rider's efforts to protect himself, the bear remained a looming and unpredictable presence. It lingered for a tense period near the camera, eventually knocking it over. The camera's viewpoint shifted as it tumbled, and the bear was far from finished with its intimidating display. Standing over the camera, the bear seemed to assess the situation further, keeping the mountain biker at bay. The rider was forced to wait patiently. Eventually, the bear retreated, allowing the mountain biker to regain his composure and retrieve his phone camera. The encounter had been both frightening and awe-inspiring.